Hello and welcome to the MyClayCo studio. We are behind the scenes today and are going to be talking shipping labels. Now, it may not seem like an exciting topic for some, but if you run a handmade business and ship your items, or if you're an e-commerce business, then you will know it is an important part of running your business. So I'm going to show you today our current shipping label printer setup, which is just using a normal printer. And I am also going to be showing you the Munbyn Thermal Label Printer. Now, Munbyn kindly sent us this printer so that we could test it out. I've actually been wanting to try a thermal printer for a couple of years now, so I was super excited when they contacted us because it kind of got my bum into gear with getting this set up. As well as showing you our existing setup, I'm going to be setting up the Munbyn Thermal Label Printer with you guys today. So hopefully it is a simple process. As you can see, I'm actually working in our printer room today, and so that the sound is okay in the video, we aren't actually running any of the printers. So I'm hoping that this is a quick and easy setup because I need to get these guys back to work. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. Okay, so this is our current setup. It is an Epson Eco-Tank ET4750. We purchased it, I think about 3 years ago, just from Harvey Norman. And it's great, it's super economical. I think we have to refill the cartridges maybe every like 9 to 10 months. So considering how much we print, like we print hundreds of pages a week between packing slips and shipping labels and all the other stuff we have to print for the business. It definitely gets a workout. The labels that we currently use for printing our shipping labels are basically just A4 adhesive paper. So the cheapest ones we have found were on Amazon. I'll drop the link for that one below in case you're interested. We have found this to be pretty good. We don't really have any issues apart from the odd paper jam here or there. One thing I will say though that I'm not a huge fan of is that there is a bit of wasted paper. This is on the Australia Post system, particularly on international labels. It will print the label on the top half of the page, and then the second half of the page is basically blank. So we print a lot of international shipping labels, so it's just a bit frustrating that we have all of this wasted space. We do use it for scrap paper, but even with domestic labels, they print 4 to a page. So say you need to print 5, it will have one lonely label on a whole A4 page, which is a shame. Anywho, I'm hoping with a thermal label printer that there will be a bit of less wastage of paper. That would be really nice. So now that I have introduced you to our current printer setup, let's go and unbox the Munbyn and get that all set up. Okay, so this is the label printer that Munbyn sent us. It is the 300 DPI one, and I will drop the link below that actually has all of the details and model number and everything of this. QR code scan to get it set up, which if you have ever used any of our products, you'll know that we love QR codes. We've got a power adapter, not too exciting, but important. User guide, and ooh, pink one. That will go well, won't it? I love it when our equipment matches our aesthetic. Just pop that one over there. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh. She looks pretty. Okay, now they have also sent us these thermal labels, which you can, as well as doing shipping labels, you can also do stickers and stuff on these, which is cool. I'm keen to give them a go as well. And of course, the other important thing, you open this up, are the actual shipping labels. So we'll open them up as well in a sec. Now I did also jump on the Munbyn website and actually ordered a few things as well. So we've just got some labels here that we're going to be using for product labels. So I also ordered these pink circle labels, which we can use on our product packaging. So we currently order labels and they are slightly expensive, so hopefully this will be a cheaper option for us. What else do I have here? So I also got the label holder so that we can keep our desk tidy. You guys know I love a bit of organization. And these are just shipping labels again. So we have all of our bits and pieces here. Let's go and get it set up. Okay, so I have all of our bits and pieces here. Now, the Munbyn did come with a user guide. I have had a quick read through it. I'm not much of an instructions person, so I did watch their video that it suggests that you watch. And I'm much more of a visual person. I prefer that. So we'll see how I go. But in the user guide, it did also come with a few of these labels. So I think maybe this is just for you to test it and make sure that you get your settings right before you hoe into the shipping labels that you've purchased. So let's get it set up. Now, I believe I click this open to open it. Take that out. I'm just going to feed this in here. I'm quite nervous. Hopefully I get this right. Then I'm assuming that I just put that down. Okay, let's get this plugged in. Plug that one in there. It'll probably help if I have it plugged into the power. Okay, so now that we have it on, let's pop our paper in. We've got a red flashing light. Never like that. Okay. Beautiful. I think we may be ready to go. Let's get it plugged into the computer. Let me go find the computer cord. Okay, so there was another cable hiding at the bottom of the box. So let's get this one plugged in and come over here, my little Munbyn. All right. So it said in the instructions that I watched, it said that our next step is to get onto the Munbyn page and install the driver. So I will jump on there and do that now. Okay, so let's go to Munbyn. Now, when you do go to the Munbyn page as well, just note that you can select your country. So we're in Australia. It's got a few different countries there that you can select with. All right, and then we need to go to support, manuals and drivers, and printer drivers. Okay, so we have this one here, the ITPP941, and I believe it's the BP it says on the box. So if we go to download for Windows, let's go direct download. Yes. Okay, please ensure your printer is connected and turned on. Yes, we are, sir. Install. Finish. Okay, so I think our next step now is going to be going into our postal website. So we use Australia Post and we've got My Post Business. So we'll just get logged into there. And what we need to do is go to our settings, because we need to make sure that the Australia Post system knows how to generate our labels. So at the moment we have 4 labels per page. We want it to be A6 1 label. We will do that for both Parcel Post and Express Post. Save settings. My question is this for both domestic and international? So I think what I might do, let's just go into our orders and I'm just going to try printing one and we'll just see how we go. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Pay and print, receipt to payment. I'm just going to do one at a time just because I want to make sure I'm doing it right before I get lots printed up, and I'm going to print a domestic one and then we can tackle the international labels. So, I was going to say we should be able to find the Munbyn here, and we have found the Munbyn here. So let's select that and go print. So, I mean, it's printed it pretty well. It has cut it off there though. Maybe it is me. Do you know what? My labels aren't in straight. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Let's open this up. Aha, that is my problem. So the labels have actually come off of the track. These are the things that you learn as you get things set up, I guess. Okay, so I'm just putting our paper in here again, and I have just realized that if you just squish in these sides a little bit, you'll be able to make sure that it is the perfect size for the paper that you're using, and you won't have any wonky prints like I had originally. Beautiful, we're ready to go. I'm actually now really glad that I did buy that stand because I feel like it's going to be important. I think what is happening is all these cords at the back are actually moving the paper around so it's not sitting flush. So I'll be back. Okay, so let's get this stand set up. I always like it when there are only a few pieces. Okay, and then we just take this over here. So, and now when I set up my labels, they're actually going to feed in straight, which will be amazing. Okay, that'll feed it in. I'm really glad that they give you these test labels so that you can, gives you a few goes to work it out. And go print. Look at that. Absolute perfection. I'm happy with that. I've borrowed Mum's phone so that I can test this and see if it actually scans. So, it works. Amazing. Amazing. That's so good. All right. Now to tackle our international labels. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it a go printing one of these and we will see how it goes. Okay, it's worked. It's just super small. What I am going to do is I'm going to talk to our local post office team and I'm just going to find out from them if this would be acceptable or if we do need to print our international labels via our normal printer. Okay, so I heard back from our local post office and they said that so long as the barcode scans, which it does, it should be fine. We are going to test that out. For now, we will print our domestic labels on the Munbyn and our international ones on the Epson, but we will look at doing some testing, and once we have done that, we will update it in the comments. But for now, let's get those other labels printed that we need. Okay, so for now, we are going to send all of the domestic labels to our Munbyn and we are going to send any international ones to the Epson. So basically pages 1 to 6, we are going to print on the Epson here. Printer jam. And then we're also going to go pages 7 to 15 to send them to the Munbyn. All right, we have all of our labels printed. So I just wanted to give you a quick update because it's been about a week since we got our Munbyn all set up and we've managed to, I guess, build it into our operational rhythm now and know how it's going to work for us. So it's actually been fantastic for printing domestic shipping labels. The thing is so darn fast and it's obviously not using any ink, which we love. The actual darkness of the labels though is perfectly fine. We've had no issues with us scanning them or our local post office scanning them or them getting to their destinations. We have had a couple of express ones that have made their way safely there. So I have full confidence that these labels are working really well for us. We are still printing our international labels on the Eco-Tank just because they are quite big. They're A5 to A4 size, so they do end up quite small if we print them on the Munbyn. But all that we do is just in the Australia Post system, we just select all of our domestic labels, print them on the Munbyn, and then select all of our international labels and print them on the Eco-Tank. So it's working really well. So our next step is to look at getting our Munbyn printer set up for stickers, which I am super excited about. And hopefully we will have another video about that coming to you soon. So all in all, I'm really happy with how the Munbyn has gone. I would say that setup is definitely easy. Didn't have too many technical issues. I think the only thing would be that the paper didn't feed in straight, but that was totally my error because I didn't realize that you needed to push those bands to keep the paper in place. So let's have a look at the pros and cons. So one really important thing to note with the Munbyn, it is a thermal printer. So what this means is that you don't need ink, which is amazing. I mean, not only because you don't have to buy the ink, but also filling up the ink and changing cartridges, we all know that that's a bit of a pain. So it's nice not to have to do that. It does mean though that it will only print in black and white. So one thing you may need to take into account is that if you are doing express labels, you may need to do something to the parcel to identify that it is an express label. So you can use express post tapes like this that you can just pop on the parcel so that you can identify it as an express post parcel and make sure that it doesn't get sent as standard. Epson Eco-Tank that we are using, the refills on them are normally about $100 for the whole set. If we're refilling it every 9 to 10 months, then it would probably be about $120 a year that we're paying in ink. The Munbyn doesn't have ink, so that is a real plus there. So the other cool thing is that you can also print stickers and labels and things on this. So that just means that it's more versatile and you can buy labels that come in a range of cute colors that can hopefully fit your business, and hopefully it can save you some money on your packaging and sticker costs. So the Epson can print Australia Post domestic and international labels. You can also use it for printing normal things like packing slips. So I guess you may find that for your setup, it does have it is more functional. Of course, the cons are that you do need to buy ink and there is more manual labor involved. So for the domestic labels, we actually need to cut them up so that we can stick them on our orders. Whereas the Munbyn, it just prints them out and they're ready to go. The Epson, I would say that setup is slightly more expensive. Not much, but the sheets do cost a little bit more. And of course you do have to pay for ink, which you don't on the Munbyn. With the Munbyn, so we bought 500 labels for $38.99. This works out to 7.7 cents, so it's slightly cheaper to purchase the initial printer. So our printer cost us around $600. It does have a scanning function on it though. You can buy a cheaper version that doesn't have the scanning function for $300. The Munbyn is under $300, so it is cheaper than buying a normal printer. There's less wastage. As I mentioned earlier, you will find, say even with domestic labels, if you're printing 3 on a page, you will have a gap that doesn't get printed because they normally print 4 to a page. Whereas with the Munbyn, there's no wastage because they're all individual labels. It had super easy setup. It uses less desk space, and you can actually also print stickers with this, which if you're interested in seeing a video on that, please drop a comment below because we are keen to test it out. It also comes in a range of different colors. So if your desk aesthetic is important to you, like it is to me, you can get it in cute colors, whereas the Epson, I believe, is only in black. The Munbyn does also have Bluetooth connectivity, so that does make it a bit more convenient. In terms of cons, obviously, I'm a bit concerned about how the international labels printed super small. So it sounds like we can still use them, but I guess that's something that we need to test. The other con that I had here is that sometimes if the labels weren't perfectly straight, it printed a bit wonky. So I guess it's just that you need to make sure that you've got your labels lined up properly. I hope you found my video helpful today and it helps you make that decision on whether a normal printer is right for you or a thermal printer such as the Munbyn is the better way to go. If you do have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And if you do want to see a tutorial on using the Munbyn for stickers and labels and things, please drop a comment below and let us know, and we will make sure that we get one done. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.